Hey everybody, welcome to one of the probably most anticipated videos and one of the most frequent questions that I have been getting. It's on the sources of stamina in the game. It's a pretty tough question to answer, and actually I've had to prepare for this video for about a month just by trying to keep track of all the many different places that I get stamina. I've mentioned in a few different videos how important it is to run bosses, to run Vikings, and all that. And the big challenge for many people is just how to keep up with that. And it's a real problem in the game. The game used to have a problem with gold, and now the problem is stamina. There's just too many things to do and not enough stamina to do them. Alright, but I'm going to try to give you all the sources of stamina that I can think of. It's not an exhaustive list. There are others that are out there, some smaller, and there's events here and there that I may have missed. If you do have any of those that I have missed that are significant sources, please put them in the comments for somebody else, and I'll try to add them to the information at the top. But this is what I could come up with in the month or so that I was collecting information, and hopefully it'll be valuable to you. So to do this, I've taken some screenshots along the way, and in some of the cases I'll show you where they are in game, but I didn't know necessarily if the events were going to be active at the time of recording this video, so at the very least there are some screenshots. So I'm going to start it off just by looking at witches' treasure bags. These are not always active in the events, but sometimes you do have witches' treasure bags, as you can see in the picture here. I think it's the level 3 treasure bag and the level 4 that have sources of stamina. So the more bosses you run, the more monsters you kill and so on, so the more uses of stamina, the greater chance that you're going to get treasure bags. You also get them from the daily, just like logging on and clicking stuff. Let's see, in game I think it's actually active right now. So in the event thing, yeah, you have the login rewards that you can claim, and these boxes, these candies, some of them give you the witches things. Let's see if I have any that I can open up now just to show you. Where are the candies? I must have gorged on some candies earlier because I don't see them. Do I? Oh, I do have a few treasure bags. I left it here. That was smart. Okay, so detail. You can see that it says 100 stamina. You have a chance of getting every bag you open. Basically, you're going to get one of these things. You're either going to get a level 4 witch's treasure bag, or you're going to get an arrest warrant, or 100 stamina times 2. So you're going to get one of these things. So you're not going to get a lot of stamina, but it is a source of stamina. I'm going to go ahead and open mine. There are 35 here just to show you, for example, how much you might get. And I got 14 100 staminas. So 7 of the 35 bags opened up to be stamina, and a few of them gave me a level 4 treasure bag. Let's see what details tell me. No, it doesn't look like there's any source of stamina in there, unfortunately. Let me just open it just to see what I get. What am I going to get? Garbage. Anyway, so that is one potential source of stamina. Sorry. The next one here, this is the biggest. Oh, okay, second biggest. It's a really big one. You'll notice I have 2 pictures here because this event is not currently active for me right now. It's the Speedups one. They alternate between resource consumption and Speedups. So I can show you the Speedups and we'll see if there's any stamina. I don't think there is. But here in the resource consumption for food, lumber, stone, and ore, you have 6 levels. So the first level you get 2, then you get 4, then you get 8, and then, okay, there's 5, and then you get 12, and then 20. If you manage to do all the resource consumption, you get lots of stuff. Like, this is why in some of the other videos I say stockpile, wait, and then burn it all on consumption event, because you will get lots of the things that you're going to need. You're going to get more resources back, you're going to get a greater return on your spend, you're going to get stamina, you're going to get speed ups, you're going to get materials. If you just do the 125 or 500 million every single time, you're not going to get as good of a return as if you saved up for 2 months and got into the billions, and then you reap all those rewards. Because not only are you getting it for food, but you're also getting it for lumber, stone, ore. So it just amplifies the net result that you get here. So that's huge. Let's take a quick look in game and see what the consumption for Speedups gives. I don't think it gives anything, but I could be wrong. Oh, I keep forgetting to move that. So it's here, super value event, and consuming return. Okay, so there's no source of stamina for the gems, but that's not unusual. Yeah, and that's what I thought. So Speedups, they just give you straight resources and materials, and you don't even get as much. In a previous video, I mentioned that burn all your resources in resource consumption, and then do not speed up. Wait until this event comes in a couple weeks, and then use your speed ups to get free resources and so on the buildings that are just sitting there. Right? That's a smart way to do it, just as a side tip. Okay, so stamina for resource consumption, that's a really big one. King's Path. Every single event, there's a King's Path and the... what the heck is it called? The... man... I can't remember. Growing your troops or some crap like that. It's got to be here somewhere. Anyway, preparing for battle. I don't remember. It's like midnight. My head is not working. Okay, but anyway, the important one is in the King's Path. There are a few sources of stamina. The bigger one I have a picture of there, and it's unstoppable, I believe. Let me look for it here. Unstoppable. So it's not huge. It's a source of stamina. It's not huge. But the thing is, like, in this game, it seems like there's like little crumbs everywhere, and you just have to find them and do as much as you can, and then you'll get rewards. So, you know, you get 3 here, 2 here, you get 100, you get 50. It's not a lot. And I don't remember if there were any other big sources of stamina. Don't think so. Not seeing anything. Yeah, it's pretty dry in this, but it is something. Okay. Can't remember that thing. What is it? Man, that's gonna bug me all night. Okay, next one after King's Path, I have Crazy Eggs. Crazy Eggs. If you go to the event menu here, this is on every single event. What I do is in the morning, I didn't do it today, but in the morning I'll pop this one. Well, I have enough to pop all of them, but this one is the one that gives you stamina. And it's all showing mysterious gifts. I wish it didn't. But you'll get rewards for this. You'll get gems, you'll get stamina, and just make sure you're doing Crazy Eggs. And at the end, if you pop the last one, no, you don't get any stamina here, but you do get gems, so it's worthwhile to do that. I think the big one though is this one, the 4-hour egg. Okay, so that's another source of stamina. The Arch of Triumph, that is not a great one. Unfortunately, it's a source of stamina and other things, just like everything else, but it ain't great. So let's take a look. It's over here, next to the City of Throne, and all you do is you throw some flowers at people. Here we go. Send all of you guys flowers. And in your inventory, when you do that, you will get these things, the flower rewards. The details show you they give you speed ups and a little bit of stamina. So if you do that every day, you have a chance of getting some stamina there. I mean, the worst thing is you don't get stamina, you get something else for free. So there, I got 150 stamina. Okay, next source. Dwarfs Lucky Apple. Okay. So that one, I think I've already used my Lucky Apples for today, but I'll take a look. Get Lucky Apple here. You have a couple different options. I've talked about this in a previous Q&A video. There's no stamina source in the first. There's no stamina source in the second, but I always use the third one anyway because they're better rewards. You get 100 stamina possibly, refined stones, research stones. This one's just, it's the way to go. Just do this one. It's so much better. And on the last day, spend whatever's left, the 3 and the 1, for example, here. But the 5th one will give you most of those things that you need. All right. Next source, Wheel of Fortune. That's actually a big one. It seems like it should be pretty small because there's, you know, a lot of 10s, a lot of 50s, and it doesn't look all that appealing. If you look at the possible rewards in the Wheel of Fortune, let's see, where are my stamina? Oh, did I pass them? I know there's stamina in here somewhere. Oh, they're just not showing. They only show the good stuff, apparently, even though stamina's pretty good. So I'm just going to run this a few times, and you'll kind of see. There doesn't seem to be any stamina on here now, but let's spin a bunch. Wheel of Fortune tokens, the coins or whatever they're called, to get the spins here. They're just so easy to get with Hydras and all the events that happen. I constantly have hundreds of thousands of these things, and I really wish I could spin 100 at a time because it takes so long to go through this. But let's see if we can find some stamina here. Okay. The rate at which you get stamina isn't so great. It's really just the brute force of having tons and tons of spins that allows you to get stamina. Nothing yet. Well, it's not my day for stamina. There, I got a 50. Right, and sometimes you'll get 100s or you'll get more. There's a lot of 10s, and you know, you just keep plugging at it and you'll get a bunch. It only takes a couple hours. All right, I'm out here. Let's look at the next source. Lucky boxes. Okay, what do I mean by lucky boxes? In most events, not every event, but in most of them, you'll get these cards, and they'll kind of add up, and they disappear after the event is over, so make sure you do use them. And when you use the cards, they turn into these lucky boxes. So you have these combinations that you can go with. And they all have different rewards that you can get. You should definitely, what I tend to do is here you go, stamina right here. Box number 3 has some stamina. What I tend to do is I make one of each just to confirm whether it's the same as last time or not. And I look for anything that I might need, but generally I just do 9 and 10, and then I finish off the 1s and whatever else at the end, just because there's nothing specifically that I might need. And the 9s and 10s, for example, look, here's 100. Speedups are always welcome, but I personally prefer going with the 10s because I don't need stamina and I need lots of materials. So this is really what I focus on. But if stamina is your issue, then 9 would be great. Do a lot of 9s to potentially get some stamina there, and it looks like the 3 is the other source of cheap stamina too. So you could get those. So that's another source of stamina. All these sources that are sucky, but they exist. And here is my last one. Trade. That is the best way to get stamina for someone that is stamina starved. And I don't mean begging for people to send you stamina, because, you know, they will. Some people will. Your alliance members might. But that doesn't really solve the problem. There are a lot of spenders in this game. There are people that spend tens of thousands of dollars, and I'm not one of them. But I have traded with a lot of people in the past because there are items that they need that I have that I don't use as much, and they get surpluses of things like stamina. So you might make an offer with somebody that spends a lot or just has an excess of stamina and say, hey, I've got ports, I've got, like, what do you need? What can we trade? I've traded for, I think one time actually I did a trade for almost up to like 300 of the 100s in stamina. So what is that? 30,000, 300,000? I don't know. A lot of zeros. So that's a lot of stamina, and that's why I have an excess, because I traded, I think, resources for that. I can't remember. It was something that I didn't need at the time, and stamina was more valuable. And now I since then, just because of resource consumption and all the events that are going on, I like look at my speed ups. They've gone down a lot, but I still have an excess of most speed ups just from resource consumption, and it's so beneficial to really use that to its full advantage. Where are my stamina anyway? How much do I have? It has gone down quite a bit recently, but I had quite a lot before. So I used to be sitting around 400, 500 for a long time, but I've done a lot more Vikings and things in the past, and it has dropped significantly. But still, like, I'm not in danger of running out anytime soon. And if I do get to that point, well, I have other things that somebody might want, such as tons of advanced boards. I'm very, very stingy on porting when I don't need to. So I have tons of things that I could trade, for example, and get more stamina if I needed to. So those are my tips for you on how to get stamina and where to collect them from. Hopefully you can find what works for you, and this will be beneficial to you in the future. If you have any more ideas of topics that you would like me to cover in the Q&A series, please leave a comment in the comments and I will add it to my list. All right, see ya.